In a year of uncertainty, it's nice to know that some things will remain the same. The sky will still stay blue, the grass will still be green, and Karen will still want to speak to your manager. As well as these things, of course, it's that time of the year the latest annual instalment of eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer, insert year here, will hit store shelves, promising the latest and greatest innovations when it comes to experiencing the beautiful game on your preferred console, or PC if you have an inferiority complex. Despite this, however, due to the general madness that the year of our Lord 2020 has bestowed upon us, even in this absolute certainty was thrown into doubt. Thankfully, however, Konami did pull through and confirm that we would indeed be getting a new installment of PES this year, even though it may not be in the manner any of us were expecting. Having to develop an annual title whilst working from home is hard enough, but with the new console generation on the horizon, well, that just adds even more challenges. So, as a compromise, Konami stated that this year's release would essentially be nothing more than a season update on last year's game, an idea they were so fond of, they actually put it in the title. I do have to admire their dedication for letting you know exactly what the game is in regards to the title. It doesn't hide anything, so in summary, what PES 2021 is the same game with updated rosters and kits, as well as a few minor gameplay tweaks and maybe one or two additional licenses. Despite this being a model that should work for the modern day football game, as that's all essentially each annual release is these days, is it worth picking up even if you have PES 2020? Well, for the price of £25, it's worth at least thinking about. Despite the fact that the FIFA franchise has been significantly more popular throughout this console generation, I would argue that where PES shines, and has always shone, has been where it matters, on the pitch. The gameplay of the series has always been stellar, and yes, whilst it's not perfect, not by a long shot, you see what I did there? Football! I believe it's still the most realistic simulation of football there is on the market. Yes, I will admit my bias for PES, however for me the gameplay in FIFA has always felt a little bit off. There's just something about it which feels quite restrictive. That's not to say that there are areas where it completely outshines PES, but the whole point of football games at their core is what happens in between the white lines, and in my opinion, the team at Konami have managed to make the game feel as fluid and responsive as ever, but manages to keep that element of arcade-like fun that the series was built on. With the data packs that were released throughout PES 2020 came some gameplay tweaks which looked to improve the experience to the best it possibly could be. Sometimes they got it right, sometimes they got it wrong, but there wasn't at least an acknowledgement that things did need improved, and Konami did their best to rectify it. They must have been doing something right, as the PES 2020 won the 2019 Games Critic Award for Best Sports Game. So with that high standard of gameplay out of the box for PES 2021, they already have more than solid foundations to work from. Remember earlier when I said that there were areas that FIFA outshines PES in? Well, this is the most obvious one, and if I'm honest, the main reason why FIFA outsells PES for the most part. There's no escaping the fact that PES lacks the licenses that FIFA has, but that's not to say that PES doesn't have a few tricks up its proverbial sleeve. Graphically, the game is absolutely terrific for the most part, generic player faces aside. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at it looks like something that a 5-year-old cooked up in its nightmares. And I know that graphics does not a good game make, however it goes a long way in getting eyes on your product. Much like last year, the game has 19 fully licensed leagues, from the likes of Liga and the Serie A, to the more weird and wonderful such as the Toyota Thai League and even the second division in Brazil. There's also the top two divisions of England and Spain, which can be fixed through option files to bring real kits, badges and team names to your favourite teams, such as Real Madrid or Luton Town. Of course, these can only be implemented on PS4 and PC, because Microsoft seems to hate its customers for some reason. Considering it's going to cost 450 quid for a Series X, could you not just whack a couple of USB ports on it, lads? I mean, come on. Sticking with the subject of licenses, Konami have retained the exclusive rights to the Russian Premier League, as well as still having the likes of Juventus, Arsenal, Bayern Munich and Manchester United as partner clubs, along with the likes of Rangers, Celtic, Boca Juniors and Schalke. In total, there are 23 partner clubs, meaning that all of those teams are fully licensed with their stadiums and kits in the game. As well as all of that, the exclusive Euro 2020 content will be included, featuring all 55 participating teams, all fully licensed. This also includes the official ball, trophy, television graphics pack and Wembley Stadium. This is also the case for the AFC Champions League, featuring every participating team, as well as the aforementioned graphics packs, balls and trophies. So the question remains, should you actually spend money on what could essentially just be a free patch for last year's game? In theory, my answer should be no. Konami openly stated that the game was going to be, bar a few cosmetic and gameplay tweaks, the same game as last year. So why then should you part with your money if you could just continue to play the previous year's release? Well, you certainly can, by all means. You'll have the same experience and be able to put that money you would have spent towards PES 2022. A brand new game on a brand new console, which will be a brand new world in regards to innovation and excitement. However, I can't help but respect Konami's business model for PES 2021. They have laid all their cards on the table and have told you exactly what you'll be getting, leaving consumers in no doubt and with no excuses about their purchase. If you didn't play PES 2020 and wanted to give it a try, this is now the perfect opportunity to do so, as the price of £25 would be enough to at least give you cause to think about it. Just for comparison's sake, PES 2021 is already out and already available to play right now, whereas FIFA won't release until October 6th, with the standard edition costing an eye-watering £59.99 and the Ultimate Edition setting you back £89.99. I swear I've paid rent more than that, for what could conceivably be seen as their own season update. At the end of the day, however, I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. It's yours and you can spend it however you wish. All I know is, for the £25 I spent on the game, and the tenner I spent on a year's worth of option files, I still have £25 left over for what a standard copy of FIFA would have set me back. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as ring the bell to be notified when we make new videos. If you have any questions about PES 2021, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as best as I can. Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you, as always, in the next one.